The jury is out. Deliberations currently underway in the Delphi murders trial.
Richard Allen has been on trial for the murders of Libby German and Abby Williams since October. Our 13 News legal expert Katie Jackson-Lindsay is here to help us understand the current proceedings. So day 18 began with a deliberating jury. So what does it mean if they reach a unanimous decision quickly? What does it mean if it takes a long time?
Well, you really can't make too much of how long it takes the jury to deliberate. I have had homicide cases where they deliberate in less than an hour. I've had cases where they deliberate for over 12 hours. But one thing that if it's very fast, then we know they are all on the same page immediately and they're able to review the evidence quickly. I don't think we'll get a very fast verdict because they at least have to review 64 witnesses and over 300 pieces of evidence. Now, if it starts to go too long, then we can assume they're not all on the same page and they're really trying to work through it to reach a unanimous verdict.
Well, there's all this, trying to figure out if it comes back quickly, if it takes too long, if it's just, what is the sense of about what would be an appropriate amount of time for a jury to deliberate all this evidence and all this testimony?
Well, there's really no clear answer for that. And as trial lawyers, we drive ourselves crazy. We say if it's quick, it's going to be a not guilty. If it's long, then that means it's going to be a hung jury. But I think based on my experience, there's never any perfect answer or a perfect fit for that. I think, again, we can assume that they at least need time to review and talk through it. There will be some people who will think, I'm not okay. Even if I feel like I have a decision, I'd like to talk through things because this is a big decision to make with a lot at stake. And then there's also the respect for lives lost. They might not want it to be too fast for that reason.
Okay, so Richard Allen is facing 4 charges specifically. We have those charges for you. Why are there 4 more murder charges when there were 2 girls murdered? And then what is the difference between murder and felony murder?
Okay, so there are 4 murder charges, despite there only being 2 girls murdered, because there is a murder charge, a knowing and intentional murder charge, and a felony murder charge for each victim. And so knowing and intentional murder is just that. It reads that Richard Allen on February 13th of 2017 did knowingly and intentionally kill each girl. Felony murder, on the other hand, only requires that the state prove that these girls died during the commission of another felony. And in this case, that felony is kidnapping. So under that theory, if they can simply prove that Richard Allen kidnapped the girls and they died as a result of that kidnapping, then that is enough to prove felony murder. And
then the penalties vary depending on which one, the difference between murder and felony murder?
No, both murder and felony murder both carry a penalty range of 45 to 65 years. So you might wonder why charge both? Well, one just requires that the state proves less because there could be an idea of multiple actors, right? And so if this jury decides, well, we don't think Richard Allen is actually the person who caused the injuries to the girls, but we do think that he's the kidnapper, they could still find him guilty of felony murder.
All right, very interesting. So the jury's out for the night. They're going to be resuming tomorrow deliberations at 9 o'clock. We're going to have more analysis tonight on our Delphi debrief. All right, so grateful that you're here to help us sort all this out with your expert insight. Katie, thank you.